All right, hi 230. So this is the lesson for April 28th. In this, we're still doing scatter plots, but this time we're starting to introduce some vocabulary in terms of positive trend, negative trend, positive linear, non-linear, things like that. All right. So in the do now, it's just like what you guys were doing yesterday, where you have to create the scatter plot. You do need to put in the y-axis. And so because I looked at the quality ratings, which is the y-axis right here, it tells you it's quality ratings. And the lowest quality rating I saw was a 51 and the highest was a 71. I created a jump and then I started at 50. I counted out 5, 55, and then 60, 65, 70, 75. All right, so then I went ahead and I just plotted my points just like this. All right, so some vocab that we're going to be starting to talk about today. It says, in the previous lesson, you learned that scatter plots show trends in bivariate data. Bivariate just means that there's two variables, right? An X and a Y. When you look at a scatter plot, you should ask yourself the following questions. A, does it look like there is a relationship between the two variables used to make the scatter plot? All right, so that's the first blank. The second one, is there a relationship and does it appear to be linear? If you guys remember that word from when we talked about functions, linear just means when you graph it, it tends to make the shape of a line. And C, if the relationship appears to be linear, is the relationship a positive linear relationship? So that means it's going up. Or is it a negative linear relationship, which would mean it is going down? All right. Then it says, to answer the first question, look for patterns in the scatter plot. Does it appear to have a general pattern to the points in the scatter plot, or do the points look as if they are scattered at random? If you see a pattern, you can answer the second question by thinking about whether the pattern would be well described by a line. So does it look like a line? Does it look like it goes up and down? What's going on? Answering the third question requires you to distinguish between a positive linear relationship and a negative linear relationship. A positive linear relationship is one that is described by a line with a positive slope. Positive, remember, starts in the bottom left, goes to the top right. A negative linear relationship is one that is described by a negative slope. All right. So if we are looking at this first one, I can see that there is a relationship because they tend to be going from this top left corner down to this bottom right corner. So I would say that yes, there is a relationship. I would say it's linear because it tends to be making a line. It's not like it goes up and comes back down or it goes down and comes back up. And I would say that it's negative because it's starting up here and then it's going downward. So is a relationship? Yes. Does it appear to be linear? Yes. And is it positive or negative? We're going to say negative. All right, this one to the side. I see that, yes, it does look like they're going in this direction. I would say it's making the shape of a line, and I would say that it's positive because it's starting down here and it's going up here. So, yes, yes, positive. All right, in the next one, I see that it kind of starts out here, it goes down, and then it comes back up. So does it look like there's a relationship? Yeah, maybe. I'd say yes. If there is a relationship, does it appear to be linear? No. It's kind of making a U shape, so I would say no. And we can't answer the last one because we already answered no to the second one. So that's what we got here. This one, I don't see any relationship. I just see a bunch of points everywhere. So we're going to put no on the first one. And then you don't have to answer the bottom because you already answered no to the first one. All right, looking at the next one. Below is a scatter plot of data on the weight in pounds and fuel efficiency of 13 cars. Remember we talked about fuel efficiency in the last lesson. So it says, using the question at the beginning of this lesson as a guide, write a few sentences describing any possible relationship between X and Y. All right, I would say yes, there's definitely a relationship. It looks like it's going in this way, which would be a linear relationship. And it also looks like it's going downward. So we would call this a negative linear relationship. So let's write that down. A negative linear relationship. And so what that means in terms of this problem is as cars get heavier, their fuel efficiency goes down. So let's write that down. As cars get heavier, the fuel efficiency or their fuel efficiency decreases. All right, right there. Okay, the next one. Below is a scatter plot of data on the price in dollars and the quality rating of 14 bike helmets using the questions. All right, so same thing here. I don't notice any relationship. It kind of looks like they're all over. So I would say that there is no relationship. So then in terms of this problem, I would say that the price and quality rating of these helmets is not related. Just like that. Okay, looking at the last one, it says that this time it is talking about the shell length in millimeters and the age of 27 lobsters. Okay. I would say that there is a relationship. I notice that it tends to be going in this direction. I would say it's linear, and I would say in this case it's positive. See how as it goes to the right, it gets higher up. So that would be a positive relationship. So we're going to do a positive linear relationship. Now what this means in terms of the problem for these lobsters is that lobsters with longer shells tend to be older. With longer shells tend to be older. And you could have reversed that. You could have said that older lobsters tend to have longer shells. That would be fine. All right, there you go. Okay.